very nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it sounds good. And we looked at the shot at the beginning, and it sure looks good, so I can't wait to try it.
It's good, it's very filling.
Yeah.
I'll just give you a bit of background on this one.
Yeah.
Basically what happened was, I thought I didn't have anything to eat at home, so I looked in all the cupboards and I phoned my friend and I said, I haven't got anything in, and sometimes you think you haven't got anything in, but you have. So she said to me, do you have any pasta? And I said, yes. And she said, do you have any tomatoes? And I said, oh yeah. And she said, we'll go from there. So then I sort of bung everything in what I had and I called it my whatever dish. So basically you can make this whatever, you know, whatever we think will go with pasta, and you can do it to your own taste, basically.
Oh yeah, absolutely, that sounds good. It's nice because I like recipes where you can say, okay, I have this in the cupboard. All right, I'll pull out and use this. Or I don't like that, so I'm not going to put it in. So we have options here.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
So what I've done, just put the fire on. You'd have the pasta already done.
Okay.
So you, it says whole wheat in the, on the recipe.
On the recipe it says whole wheat.
But you can use any pasta, whatever you like.
Okay.
So I'd put in the oil first.
That's like your garden vegetable with the spinach and that's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that'll have to get a bit warm.
Yeah, that's important.
It doesn't have to be, you know, hot, but it can be warm.
Yeah, but you want warm oil when you stick it in. What type of oil do you use? Olive oil or canola? Or?
Canola oil. You can use olive, you know, it depends, but if it's for health, I'd use the canola oil or olive. Okay. But she's brought me onto the canola oil, to be honest.
I've converted her.
She did, yeah, because I always thought, oh, olive oil is the one, but now apparently this is 45% less saturated fat than olive oil is.
Okay.
You know, you can always Google and correct me if I'm wrong.
That's right.
And then I add the onions.
All right. Oh yeah.
And you sort of like, you make them like al dente, so that means like half done.
Right.
I think al dente is French.
Yeah.
I think so. It may even be German, but I think it's French.
We could ask Ben.
That's an inside joke.
Here. He's been telling us all these German English words.
Yeah. Maybe I have to Google that one as well. Then I add the mushrooms.
So normally you'd wait a little longer before adding mushrooms, or do you add?
No, I just add them all just as I'm doing it here. And then you let this, you know, like half cook again, like. Let's say half cooks, and then everybody understands what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Then you add your tomatoes.
Nice.
Now the tomatoes, I do need some water. I don't know if that was on the recipe.
Oh yeah.
At all.
You want me to get you some?
Yes, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
Can you use tinned tomatoes or fresh is better?
You can use tin. You can use fresh.
Oh yeah, fresh would sure taste good.
Yeah.
Posh, you know, expensive ones, cheap ones, whatever you want. It's whatever.
Right.
You see what I mean? It's your whatever dish.
It's good. It's good, absolutely. So how much water did we add?
I'd say half a cup.
Okay.
Then I add. Then to thicken it a bit more, I don't know if this was on the recipe, but I've just thought of this one actually. Put a bit of tomato puree in it.
Oh.
Because as I said, it's your whatever dish. So whatever you've got hanging about, throw it in.
So that's the beauty of it. It's flexible. You can always add bits in.
Yes, that's good. Absolutely.
Now, when that's more, let's say, brownish, more softer, because you've got to let the mushrooms cook a bit more.
Oh, yeah.
You can add your peppers.
Okay. So when it's kind of al dente, kind of half cooked, the mushrooms and onions, we would add the other stuff. Now,
I've put the sweet corn in for colour because it's a bit red.
Yes.
You can see on camera it's a bit red.
I can see there's a lot of red.
That was for colour, and then loads of people like sweet corn. It's also good for kids as well because they like sweet corn. And corn's good for you.
Oh, yeah.
Good grain.
Smells lovely.
It does, doesn't it? I smell it.
Now, all I had in the cupboard was a little bit of what do you call seasonal in America? All-purpose seasoning.
Okay, yeah.
So I had all-purpose seasoning. I put some rosemary on top. So.
Oh yeah, I like rosemary.
So that gives it a nicer flavour.
Oh yeah, very nice.
And I'd leave that to simmer for a bit, and then I add the all-purpose.
So you would add your herbs and spices toward the end.
Exactly.
Okay.
But if you want to do it before, I wouldn't recommend that one because the flavour sort of goes before. Like if you do it with just the onions, it sort of cooks out the flavour.
Right.
And then you lose that, and you don't have that nice flavour there. Yeah. Now, are we adding the honey, or does the honey go in later?
the honey goes in whenever you want.
Oh.
Because it's
Whenever
whatever dish.
Whenever you like.
Whatever dish.
But I put the honey in last because I think the flavour kind of... Because what's been happening is I've been put it in first and it doesn't taste as sweet. Then add a bit more, then add a bit more. And it gets a bit too honey-fied. It gets a bit sickly.
I got you.
So I put it in right at the end. Now, what I do, I leave this to simmer.
Would you cover it if you were at home?
Yes.
Okay.
Leave it to simmer for a little bit and you can smell that.
And you'd simmer how long?
Say about 10 minutes on a low heat.
Okay.
Quite low, almost your lowest heat.
So we'll pretend we simmered.
And then you add your honey.
So normally most of your water would come out of that too then?
You want to keep the water because it's like a...
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's supposed to be like a saucy dish.
Okay, I understand.
The
So
reason
that's why we have the lid on then, to keep the water in.
Yes.
Got you.
The reason why haven't put the plantain in is because we couldn't find any when we came over here. I'm afraid we looked high and low and there was none.
There was, but they were green. So.
They were green.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But you would... What I normally do is have the plantain frying on one side.
Okay.
And then throw them in.
At the end?
At the end, or whenever you want them to.
Because it's the
Whatever dish.
I'm getting that.
Then you put your pasta in a different bowl.
Okay. So you want this nice and juicy then?
Yeah, just as it is. And then you just pour it on.
Nice. Ooh.
There you go.
Smells good. I can really smell the thyme.
You mix that
Rosemary.
in.
Rosemary, it smells really good.
Smells lovely.
And this is really filling. And one thing I'd say about this is when you've cooked it, let's go back to the story. When I cooked it, my friend then called me and said, do you want to come out to dinner? So I thought, oh, I don't have to cook now. But I had it there.
Right.
The good thing about it is the next day when I ate it, it tastes nicer. When I tasted it, the next day it's got the stronger sort of
It marinated better.
Exactly. It actually tastes better the next day.
Nice.
But it tastes nice the same day as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think this is good if you're on a budget as well.
Very good.
Or if you're just trying to economise, not waste food and you just want to have a dish that uses up stuff that's in the cupboard. I think this is a great dish as well.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Absolutely. And I got one here. This one has marinated, so that means this one's even better. I'm all ready to try it.
Go for. You like?
That's fabulous. Good flavor. I love the tomato. I love the rosemary in it too. Oh yeah, good flavor. That dish, and there's the final dish we can see.